everybody.
Oh, wait.
Wait, no.
My eyes are closed. I was deep breathing. Okay.
Deep breath. Zen. Boobs intact.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
We're back, and we are going to recap with you our August monthly read.
It is August.
Yes, it is August.
Yeah.
Gosh, the year is flying by.
It is.
Our August monthly read, which was Bride by Hazelwood, which was an interesting read.
I enjoyed. I have not decided on a rating yet.
I have, but I think it's because I've read, this is my third Hazelwood book in the last month. So
Okay.
I've had like a little Hazelwood streak going that I've gone, okay, I think I know where it sits amongst my other books of hers that I've read. If that makes sense.
Okay.
I think. So yeah.
But before we get into our review, there will be spoilers. If you have not read this book, this is maybe not the video for you to watch. I mean, look, I'm not going to give away like the entire plot, but
No.
I will be discussing my thoughts.
Yeah, so if you haven't read it, click out, come back to it when you have, or if you don't care, just keep watching and enjoy this for entertainment purposes.
But I guess maybe we'll start off with saying, would you recommend this book?
I would.
I would too.
I think if you like Hazelwood's other work, I don't think I would recommend it to people who are just reading Hazelwood for the first time. Like if people,
Okay.
I would go, have you read anything else that she's released? And if
Okay.
they say yes, I go, okay, yeah.
Right. See, I think it's a really easy read and definitely more on the side of like if you're new to reading,
Yeah.
great book.
Okay.
Because her writing's not offensive. It's not hard to follow along. She definitely has her own style.
Yes.
And I do enjoy it. It's not my favorite style of writing, but like I think it I don't know. I think it would be a good book to start.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I think I would just I don't think I would recommend it as like a first Hazelwood book, but I have reasons for that, which I'll get into.
Okay. So now, if you want to avoid spoilers, it's time to piss off.
Leave.
Go pick up the book and read it, because it was actually a fun time.
You'll read it like so quickly, honestly. Like, it was a very, very quick, easy read. I listened to most of it on audio, so which
it's 400.
Yeah, so it's a pretty standard size book.
Yeah. And flows easy. Like there wasn't parts that I was like
slugging through. All right.
So I have notes.
I have a few notes as well. I only have 4, but they're like kind of big. There wasn't anything in particular that happened in the book that I took notes about, but there were some like general things that I made note on. And the main one was that I just love how Hazelwood writes romance in general. Like I really love her style of building tension between characters. And again, like this is my third Hazelwood book now in a month. So I read Deep End and then I read Problematic Summer Romance as well.
Yeah.
And she always leaves it like right to the end to wrap up the romance. But it's never the like cliche, he proposes, they have a baby. Yeah. Like it's this, you're like, it's like a slow burn, but it's burning the whole time. And then it's in that last chapter that it lights on fire, if that makes sense. Like it's just you're on this really, really long journey. And I noticed it in Problematic Summer Romance as well, where the tension was there between the characters. There was a romance building, but it wasn't until like the second last chapter that there was that like big confession of love. And so I just really, really like the way that she does that, because, and this is no hate to any other romance authors, because I love my romance books, but I think a lot of them can fall into the mold of,
we're going to get married and live happily ever after at the end.
And here's the ring and here's the baby. And, you know, they've called it official like 3/4 of the way through. Like, she leaves you right until the end.
Which I love and hate.
I do. But I think Hazelwood does it really well. Like, there are some authors that I just go, this doesn't work. Like, there are some books I pick up and they go, oh, it's a slow burn. And I'm going, where's the burn? Did you even try and light this thing on fire? Yeah. And then it's like right at the end, it's like, oh no, they've been in love the whole time. And I go, where? Whereas I believe it with Ali. I'm like, I know that they were pining for each other this entire journey. I felt it. I felt the tension. She just does a really, really good job at it. So that was like my main point. I was like, I really love how she writes romance. So
See, that's a point where like I have in my notes, I feel, and I felt the same with Deep End.
Mm-hmm.
The ending was just a little rushed. Like, yes, I hate that cliche of like, oh my god, like, oh my god, like we're gonna get married and have the babies and like, not into that. However, I was like reading my Kindle and I was like looking and it said I had 95%, like I had read 95%. And I was like, why isn't everything sunshine and rainbows yet? Like, I was just kind of like, oh my god. Like,
yeah, I get that.
So I just wish I like it and I like how the story goes. And I felt the exact same way with Deep End of like, I just wish we maybe had just a little bit longer for them to like establish their happy lives together.
Get that.
I just felt it was a teeny bit rushed.
Yeah.
And could have been, like, I was panicking.
I get that.
I was panicking. I was like, so, like, are we in love? Like,
no, I do understand that. Because I think as well, like, you are really waiting until the end. And then...
yeah.
But I still feel like she does a really good job of it.
It's good. Yeah. Like, yeah, don't
but
get
it's
me
frustrating
wrong.
to read.
And I've never been a fan of, like, a third act breakup.
Yes.
And I wouldn't say that, like, they had a breakup in this book, but there very much is, like, a problem and they haven't actually, like, discussed their feelings until, like, the last 3% and you're kind of like, whoa, that was scary.
Yes, yeah, I get that.
So I guess that was my, like, little bone to pick, whereas, like, I just hate that, like, can you just, like, talk about your feelings, please?
Yes. Especially when you're writing characters that you at least have to believe are, like, mature aged, like...
yeah.
Like, because, and not to, like, not talk about Bride, but because I just read Problematic Summer Romance, he's, like, 30, he's in his late 30s and she's 24 or something.
Yeah.
So there's a big age gap. That's, like, the big appeal with that book. But I was like, we're grown adults here, guys. Like, let's talk about these things. Let's be adults about this situation. And that's my little thing where I'm like, just talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not that hard. And it was the same in Deep End, though. It was the exact same situation with Deep End, where it was like, just communicate with each other. There's no third act breakup, but the conflict that happens... I think that was kind of in Deep End.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just like, just talk about it. The issue wouldn't be an issue if you talked about it. It's
and
such a non-issue.
That's the most frustrating part of, like, these third act breakups, when there's actually, like, not an issue. It's just, like, miscommunication.
It's such a non-issue that you're like, talk about it.
But I loved that, and I didn't know if I would. This book is all from Misery's perspective.
Yes.
It's not a dual POV book. Each chapter starts off with a thought, like inner dialogue of Lo, but the entire book is from her POV. And at first I was kind of like, oh, like, I do really love the male perspective, but I actually didn't feel like it lacked or I missed it as much as I thought I would.
Really?
I liked seeing his little dialogues at the start.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like they sometimes gave away what was going to happen in the chapter.
Yes. So that was one of my critiques of the book, was I was like, I don't know how I feel about Lo. Because I was like, and look, again, when I say I don't know how I feel about him, it's like, maybe it was the fact that he just wasn't human, and therefore the description that I got of him wasn't enough to paint a picture in my head.
Agree.
Where I was like, I don't actually know how, I don't know what that connection feels like. And so I was like, I just don't feel like I got enough detail. Therefore, and then also coupled with the fact that you don't get anything of his internal dialogue outside of that little snippet, was I just don't think that it's my favourite MMC from her. Like,
fair enough.
So I just felt like he wasn't as fleshed out as what he possibly could have been.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then, but I really liked Lo.
I did really like him. I just wish I got a little bit more of, like, him.
It would have been nice.
Yeah.
But I guess our description of him and being aware and all of that was kind of, we just didn't really know, because the narrative's from Misery's perspective, and she doesn't
That's
really
it. You've
known
got like a
either.
bias story going on.
So, yeah, we wouldn't have known all of... Like, I don't think that's a critique to Ali's writing. We just couldn't know that because it was all from Misery's perspective.
Yeah.
If we had had something a little bit more from Lo's perspective, we would have understood him better and how the wares work, which I think will be interesting to follow up because now she's announced the sequel Mate.
Yes.
Which will follow
Cohen and Serena.
Which is a were and a half were, half human. So I guess we will learn a lot more about wares in that book.
Yeah.
But there definitely could have been like a little bit more.
Yeah.
in this book.
I get why, I get the intention behind it. I get that it was definitely like a stylistic choice where it was, I want the reader to explore this alongside Misery and I want them to feel it alongside of her. But I do think that it was a disservice to Lo's character because it just made him feel almost like a background character at points.
Yeah.
So.
But Misery is hilarious.
She writes such good FMCs.
Yes.
Like,
and
again,
their internal dialogue is always like, I'm laughing.
Oh, yeah.
It's so relatable.
You will love the FMC and Problematic Summer Romance then. Like, she is so funny. And I think that's something that Ali Hazelwood does fantastically, is writes really good FMCs.
Yeah.
I think that she really
and
knows...
internal dialogue.
Yes.
However, would you maybe say when you compare them all from what I've read from Ali, this is my fourth Ali book, that they're all a bit similar?
Yes, and all her MMCs are the same as well.
Yeah.
Like, again, having read Deep End, Problematic Summer Romance, and then this one, I'm like, all the men are the same and all the women are the same.
Yeah.
Which, obviously, she has a formula. Obviously, she has something that she leans into and that she does well. But I do sit there and I go, they're literally just carbon copies of each other. Just, this one's a werewolf.
Yeah. But, like, it's still great and it's still fun and just a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just loved her whole internal dialogue. I really liked how strong she was and how she just kind of accepted her fate. Like, she wasn't afraid. She was just like, you know, this could happen to me.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I think her discussing, like, vampire, like, myths at the start of the book with the governor was hilarious.
Yes.
Like, you know, the garlic and the, like, being invited into rooms and, like, it was just so fun. She takes the absolute piss out of herself. She is like a terrible vampire. Like she is. She doesn't. Yeah, like she's the least vampire-y vampire.
Oh, absolutely.
There was.
I liked that though. I felt like it
Me
made
too.
because I obviously like the only stereotype you have of vampires is like the garlic, the blood sucking, and they're dark, they're moody and stuff, and then you've got Misery who, like, I don't know about you, but I pictured her as this like blonde girl who was like all bright faced and like you know, she walks into a room and she'll like start talking and everyone's just like, she just seemed really jittery and stuff, and I think it really went against the mold of what
you would expect a vampire to be.
100%. So I really liked that. I really liked the political storyline of it all.
Me too. I thought that was really cool. Could have maybe been explained a little bit more. There was kind of like moments where I guess it was just at the start where I was kind of like,
I'm a bit lost, yeah. And I think because I read it because I listened to it on audio, I
at 2x speed because she's a freak.
At 2x speed because my brain runs at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I think because I went into it just expecting it to be just like a romance between a werewolf and a vampire, I started listening to the book, and then it was, as I was getting into it, I was going, oh, okay, there's a bit more going on here. And then I do think that it wasn't quite fleshed out enough for it to like really make sense in my brain. I obviously understood what the intention and what the story of it was, but I did feel with some of the explanations, I was like, I'm a little bit lost here. Like, I'm a little bit disconnected. But I did really like that it was more than just a romance, which I really, really liked.
I think if it didn't have that political storyline into it, there would have been no plot.
Yeah, that's it.
Like the whole plot is the fact that, you know, wares and vampires are not supposed to get along.
Yes.
And it just wouldn't have worked without having that story.
Yeah.
And it would have been very boring and there would have been no story there aside from a hot alpha wear and a pretty vampire.
That's it. I did like Serena's character as well and Anna's character.
Yeah.
I did really, really like them.
And they really brought out like a you really saw Misery's personality from her conversation. Even the first time she met Anna was like,
it was so cute.
Hilarious. She was kind of like, what the fuck? Like,
is this thing?
What are you? Why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And how she kind of fell for her as well.
Yeah.
In terms of like, I feel like she was more protective and fell for Anna before she fell for Lo.
Definitely. And I think Ali does a really good job at building really strong female friendships in her books, which is something I've also noticed in reading a lot of them recently, is that she puts a big emphasis on the female characters connecting with other female characters, which I think in the world of romance books sometimes gets left behind. And I really love strong female friendships in books, so it was really nice to see that and the emphasis that was on it of like, here's Misery connecting with a little 7-year-old half werewolf thing that's renamed her friend's Cat Sparkles. And her bestie, Serena, who is MIA, but you get the little snippets of their friendship throughout as well.
Yeah.
Before she then finds Serena towards the end of the book. So I really liked that. The only other note that I had was, in all capital letters, the smut was like poetic. Like, why did it feel like I was reading a poetry book of smut between a werewolf and a vampire? I was like, whoa, this seems just so like...
Because it was very... I have in my notes, some of the smut, I was a little confused and it was low-key funny. Yeah. And I think that was because, it was like so like, making love. Like,
it actually was. And I was like, it was like, he touched me and sparks flew, and I was like, whoa.
And by the confusing part, I mean like sometimes things would happen, like the first time that she fed from him and she's like, I'm orgasming, and I was like
whoa.
Is he touching you, or is that just like a blood thing? Like, I just feel like some of those things were just a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
But and then I have one thing highlighted.
There's a lot of reading between the lines, I feel like, with Ali's writing, is that
with the smut scenes, I would
especially
say, I wouldn't say she's like a queen of smut.
No.
Like a Elsie.
Yes. Yeah. like yeah.
No one does it like her.
Yeah. But there's something about Ali's writing that and maybe this is I guess it sits between being a critique and a compliment to her, is that she is such a strong writer that sometimes her writing is so strong that she loses what she's trying to say in the like read between the lines, like this is what I'm hinting at, that sometimes I go, I actually don't know what you're hinting at. And I'm
we've maybe moved a little bit too quickly.
Yeah, and like the character will be like speaking and then obviously they're like trying to hint at something, so she'll cut the sentence off. I'm going, I actually don't know what the character's trying to hint at, to be honest. Like, there was, especially when they were trying to, the conversation about the mating and how they were mates. And she was like using these half sentences, and then Lo was using half sentences, and I was going, can we just like get to the point? Like, can we just talk? Can we just say what it is? Because like,
that's one of my...
What if I'm wrong?
Yeah, that's one of my notes.
Yeah.
The whole mates thing, I had a love-hate relationship too.
Yeah.
I love that she was the one that figured it out.
Yes.
And I really loved that he did not tell her.
Yeah.
Because he wanted for her to not feel trapped, and he wanted her to have freedom.
Yes.
Which is so admirable, because like for a were, like having a mate is like
so important to them.
Yeah, it's soul crushing to not be with your mate.
Yeah.
So I really admired that he didn't tell her, but then I hated that when she did figure it out, he denied it and lied to her.
Yes.
I was like,
I know, like it made me really angry. And then it comes out when they're in front of her dad, and the dad's like confronting, very end, and he's just silent. And I was like,
yeah,
you had the opportunity to tell her. You had the moment right there. You chose not to, and now she's having it confirmed to her in a very less than ideal situation. And I'm going, it wasn't a case of like he couldn't tell her, and then she like if
that's
he didn't actually have the opportunity to tell her, and then she found out in front of the dad, I would have gone, that kind of makes sense.
It would have been a bit different.
But he had the chance.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, love-hate. I, respect it, and he didn't want her to feel trapped, and that's a great trait to have. But, like, when she's standing in front of you, like, basically saying, like, I'm your mate, like, I know it, like, I feel it in my bones, and you're like, this is nothing serious, like, you're reading, like, no, like, you're wrong. I was like,
and that's maybe what also helped, like, disservice to the relationship that I had with Lo reading him, where I was like...
That was frustrating to read.
It was really frustrating, and I was like, I don't know what your intentions are, and I don't know what you're doing, and I don't know your internal dialogue about this situation of why you are choosing to do this.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know because he didn't want her to feel trapped, but again, I'm going, she's worked it out anyway. Yeah. So why don't you just tell her? And I would have loved to know
just
what
had
was...
sex.
Yeah.
And now you're being like... Oh no, like
It's nothing.
Yeah.
I would
just let her feel you're not. Which, another note, in all capitals, what the hell is nodding? I need visuals.
Maybe I should pull up a visual for you.
I googled it already. It's okay. Don't Google it.
Google it, everyone.
Don't. It's a real thing between dogs, and now I'm terrified.
Yeah, I don't know really how I felt about it.
No, I thought it was... Like, I mean, I guess it's a weird thing. I think it could have absolutely not been a part of the book.
Yeah, was it necessary?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Now that I know what nodding is and I have Googled, I feel uncomfortable about it.
Okay.
Well, like, I'm just kind of like... Anyway,
yeah.
Maybe I won't go. It, like, low-key was... I don't know. No, just kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Bit of the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Okay. But, any other thoughts? Anything else? Because that kind of wraps up mine. Like, I didn't love it. No, sorry. That's probably not the best way to put it. I didn't hate it. It's not my, like, favourite book of all time. I kind of sit on the fence about it where I was like, I had fun reading it. But there was it was a few things that I didn't love about the book, so...
Yeah. I'll rapid fire through the rest of my notes.
Cool.
When he says my wife.
Oh, that's... Yeah. Listening to that on audio, I was just like...
Especially from the get-go. Like, they don't know each other, and he's like, you will not talk to my wife.
And I was like...
that. And I was like...
Oh, he don't play about. Sorry.
So, yeah, like, what does it say about me that I think it's, like, extremely hot that he, like, is so affected by her scent?
I'm with you on that one.
Okay, like, why does that...
No, I'm with you on that. I felt the exact same. I was like, Mance is down bad.
I love a down bad man. It's attractive.
Yeah, men that yearn.
And the way he had so much self-control was also so attractive too, because I was like, I know you want to tear this bitch apart.
Yeah.
Also do it.
Do it.
And I loved, one of my favourite scenes was when after she was poisoned, she was sick, and she got up and went to go out of the room, and she stepped on a fluffy rug.
Yes!
And it was him in wolf form.
Oh,
and
I literally nearly started crying. I was like, why is this so cute?
I loved that he was at her door protecting her, and the way she was, like, talking to him, and she was like, wow, I really thought you would be, like, pink and sparkly. Like, I can't believe you have a white coat. And he's just, like, ushering her, like...
And he's, like, nudging her with his nose.
Like,
I was like, that's
like,
adorable.
pushing her into her little cupboard bedroom. And, like, I thought that was so cute.
Yeah,
like,
I was literally, like, blushing. I was like, that is adorable.
I love a scene where, like, the MMC looks after the female. And, yeah, the fact that he did it in wolf form, like, and there was no actual dialogue there. Like, it was just so cute.
It was all body language and all act. Yeah, it was really cute.
And my last thing I would have to say was I just wish the fight scene at the end, and this comes along with what I was saying before, how I felt the end was a little bit rushed. I wish that we had more of that end fight scene when they were being held captive to them when they got free. Like, none of that was on page. and I think it was so important that it should have been at least a little bit more on page, especially because, like, that's the moment where, well, they're all about to die. So, but then she realizes that her best friend is actually a halfway and can...
Yes. Shift.
Shift. They like the word shift. So I was kind of like, oh, this is such a big
really
moment.
Important. And then you just move on from it.
Yeah, and then the next chapter, like, ends... Then the next chapter is they're, like, happy and safe at home. And I was kind of like, ooh, I feel like I wanted to know a little bit. I wanted to see Lo fuck up her dad.
Yeah, I do. And again, I think that's a little bit of an Ali Hazelwood thing where she's really good at building the tension, but she's not quite as good at writing it out. Yeah. If, you know, she's really good at building us up to this moment, and then it's just... And then they're happy and safe and well. And I just wish we, got a little bit more. And there was a few moments like that where she was building up to kind of like a bit of a crescendo moment, and then it just moves on to the next thing. So, I'm with you on that.
Oh, I loved, and I feel like it's an Ali thing, bringing in, like, such modern things into, like, you would not expect an alpha werewolf to say, I love Mario Kart. Like, it's so random.
Yes.
But, like, so funny at the same time. I loved that she kind of brought things like that into it, because you'd be like...
Yeah, it made it really easy to kind of, like, orient that it was meant to be a modern story. It wasn't, like... It wasn't completely otherworldly.
Yes.
You know, we weren't completely in a different dimension or anything. It was meant to be set in the here and now, so I really liked that about her writing.
I loved when he kissed her forehead. I noted that with I'm a whore for a forehead kiss.
I really liked, there was one, I didn't highlight it, it was one of the few parts that I read on my book, on my Kindle this morning, where she goes, I don't see Lo for the following 3 days, or I do see Lo several times, constantly even, but it's never Lo, the guy who hung out with me on the roof and drew me baths and once pulled my hair back to stare at the tips of my ears and then mouthed pretty to himself. Literally, as I was, like, listening to this in audio, I was like, oh my god, that's so cute.
I know.
So.
He was a great MMC. Oh, and at the very end when he says... to her, you're not a problem, misery, you're a privilege.
Yeah.
On my knees.
Yeah.
I would just sink to my knees.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know what, baby, you take a seat. Take a seat. I'm here for you now.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, should we guess each other's rating of it?
I think ours is going to be similar. Should we say it at the same time?
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
Alright.
3, 2, 1, 4 out of 5.
3.75.
Close!
Okay.
The only reason I gave it a 4 is because I was like, it's just below Deep End, sits about the same as Problematic Summer Romance. Because that's how I rank sometimes with the same author. I'll go like, where would I place it in their lineup?
I am toying between, it was like between a 4 and a 3 and a 3.75.
Yeah.
Like, I think I would happily rate it a 4.
Yeah.
There's just, something that maybe makes me think maybe it's not like, I would 100% recommend this to people to read.
Yes.
Like, if someone was like, oh, like, I picked up Bride, I'd be like, oh, awesome.
Yes.
Like, you're going to have so much fun with
enjoy
that.
it.
But would it go down as, like, drop everything on your TBR and read this right now?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think it would.
No.
But I'd happily, you know what? I'm with you. It's a 4.
Yeah. I am still waiting for a 5-star from Ali Hazelwood. I feel like she's got 5-star potential in her writing, but I just haven't gotten there yet with a book of hers.
I think it's so up to, like, you as a reader. And I think for as long as we've been reading now and how much we read, I just don't think, like I said at the very start, I don't think her writing is like my holy grail. I know I'm always going to have fun in one of her books.
Yeah.
And enjoy it. But I just think it lacks a little bit of depth sometimes in terms of it just can feel so similar.
Yes. And I think that is my biggest criticism.
Different font.
Yeah. Like, she really does write the same characters just with different names and backgrounds and stuff like that. Like, they really, like,
Yeah.
like Lo is the same as Lucas.
Yeah, but she does it well.
She does it very good, and she's very good at reusing and recycling her characters.
Yeah.
But at some point I go, okay, when are we going to get something different from her?
Fresh.
Which I think is probably the point in which I'll go 5 stars.
Yeah.
I think if she can really switch up the characters, she's got 5-star potential.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Well, we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Please let us know your thoughts, if you agree with us, if you disagree, anything you think that we didn't discuss that you picked up on.
Let us know.
Let us know your rating as well.
Yeah.
And next month's book
I'm so excited. It's going to be Wildcard by Elsie Silver. I am so excited.
I'm so excited.
Are you on her mailing list?
Yeah.
Did you see that Bash was not the original
Yes.
NMC for the book? So
I did
interesting.
see that, actually.
But I'm very excited to read a firefighter romance.
Well, yeah.
And ex-boyfriend's dad as well.
I
was
know.
like, I'm ready.
That's not usually, like, that's not a trope that would sell a book for me. However,
Elsie Silver sells a book for me.
Exactly. Exactly. I'd read anything she put out.
Yeah.
But Love and Age Gap.
Yeah.
Firefighter. Like,
Yeah.
my partner's a firefighter, so that really does things
Yeah,
for me.
ticking boxes.
Yeah.
Written by Elsie Silver.
Yeah. It's going to be an instant 5 stars. Let's be real.
Let's be real. So, yeah, we're going to read that. So, obviously, when it comes out, I think September 9th, is it? Am I?
Oh, no, you're right. It is the 9th of September.
Yes!
Yay! Well, very keen for that. That's, like, not that far away.
It's really not. So we will circle back at the end of September with all of our thoughts. So obviously pick it up when it comes out, read it, and then come and join us at the end of September for our thoughts around the book.
Yes.
But that brings us to the end. Thank you for watching.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
And all of our social media accounts will be linked below. Go and show us some love, and we will see you